Tilly is first in tonight. She's obviously not been affected by her run-in with Piglet the night before. In fact, as she turns to leave, she rubs her chin along the ground, rather like the males do to show they were there. Unless, of course, it's just that she can't find a napkin. As she makes her way steadily towards the shed, a sudden gust of wind propels her up the side like a rocket pack. And when Piglet does arrive, another gust of wind propels him straight into the water dish, sending him rushing for the gate before someone mistakes him for Turbo. It's probably just as well, as it's not long before Rambo arrives. He's obviously far too big to be affected by the wind, and apparently he has a big enough appetite for 2 dishes. After eating for a solid 3 minutes, it's no wonder he now needs a drink, and having finally quenched his thirst, he sets off to check out the food hut, although I can't imagine him having enough room for that lot as well. It looks as though he's managed to sneak away unseen, as I can't imagine Piglet risking another visit if he was still hanging around. It looks like Piglet is even hungrier than Rambo, as it's over 5 minutes before he stops eating long enough to get a drink, and he's understandably gasping. But while Piglet is attempting to drink the dish dry, Tilly exits the food hut and unwittingly heads straight for him. I wonder if she'll be more receptive tonight. Well, she doesn't seem quite as aggressive as last time. Maybe his persistence will pay off after all. But just as it looks like things may be going his way, Piglet detects a peeping Tom behind the gate, and he's certainly not standing for that. Having determined that the peeping Tom is only Oliver, Piglet is happy to place him in the naughty corner and return to courting Tilly, where it appears a change in tactics is called for. Perhaps it's time to play the disinterested card and leave. As soon as the coast is clear, poor Oliver gets to eat at last. But this place is far too popular, and dinner ends up being a mere snack before he decides to move on. You really have to feel sorry for the little guy. Moments after Oliver leaves, Frumpy appears with the excellent timing of a pro. She's managed to avoid all the male attention, leaving poor Tilly to cop the lot, visiting not once, not twice, but 3 times, before her hoggy senses start tingling and she disappears into the night. Sure enough, a few minutes later, both Piglet and Rambo appear, and the prickles start to fly. It's like watching a couple of sumo wrestlers, but we will never know who wins as they tussle out of sight. The sound effects say a lot though. 10 minutes later, and they're off again. Eventually, a truce is called, and the 2 males retire to reconsider their tactics. Really, boys?